Alright, put my glove back on and we'll get going. See. Alright, this is the trail, Rosedale Parks. Not much time before sunset. Just gonna get some quick video. Chilly today, pardon my sniffling if I do so. It's nice light, golden hour though. We'll see if we see the footage. If there's flare right now, probably a bit. Shooting in linear horizon leveling. Around that kid. On a little path. Alright, we're gonna go around here. That way. New houses, it's all landscape now. Dog watering the grass. So this I just discovered literally the last time I rode. They've graded, this is called Zera Street, and this is just graded. It's brand new. Like a bike over this section. Pick up the bag. Can you see my shadow? Over there. Hello everyone. Hey. You'll be able to see this is actually a whole section of new streets. The Rosedale Parks Park, South Hillsboro. This will also be a test of the audio on GoPro Hero 9 back. This is just the internal mic. Wind protection or wind screening is on. It was a little breezy earlier, it's kind of settled down. Alright, we'll go left first. Oh, I was trying to put on some gravel. Right, so that road base. You can see when we went in there how much they actually grade down, but oh, it's a little thick too. Slow to crawl here, it's a little bit of gravel trap. Here's the end. Real thick. There you go. Put my foot down and tripod a little bit. Get around that. Workers tomorrow morning will wonder who the hell went down the middle of the hill. Alright. We'll cross where we came out of Zera Street again. That's the reserve golf course ahead of us, the clubhouse. Kinnaman, that gravel part, it's not paved, so I'll be working here on Kinnaman to make this go through all the way, and yeah, nice cars to get all dirty and dusty. This whole other street, oh, this whole thing may be soft because they've graveled the whole thing. Luckily the trucks have packed it down a little bit here with their tires, so it's not slowing me down as much as it was on the other side. up. And this, I think, is actually, I always wondered what this part was, but it connects over there. You can see the fences, and that's the trail that comes through, the trail that I started on. Eventually connect this part that's done over there, and go all the way through the other part of South Hillsboro when I'm finally done. But what I'll do for now, we'll go, here's a decent amount of wind, so hopefully you can still hear me. On the left here, this little path behind the clubhouse, and according to their maps, and then what they're doing over in the grading, they're gonna take the trail through here. Can I ride this? Yes, it's a little soft in the grass, but I get through it. Squish. Oh, extra squish there. Rear end slid out. So where that tree is there, it's going to be a trail. So there will be another little connector trail. There's really no, if they had staked it out, but it's just going to kind of come right through here. You can see actually, I think that's my tire tracks from the loop. Here was a little harder packed. So this way will eventually be a trail. Behind the backyards of the different street houses, Tom. Gosh, people behind the house. Sorry, you picked to live behind a trail. Soft dirt. Alright. Back on McKinnis. Gone up this way. This actually used to be all smooth dirt. It looks like they've actually just tilled it, graded it. So I think this is going to be right in the middle of people's houses. So I think this was just a construction access. But it's all used to be a field between the two sections they're building, and you can see soon to be houses. I'll document what it looked like. Turn around. Back to the canvas here, get on the pavement. This section's been paved for about a year or a little more. Just these three streets. Now they're actually starting to build on them. So 63rd, 64th lane, 65th. Catching the wind, kind of a northwest wind. Nice. I got that on camera. People, mattresses disposed of in the field. Really classy. There's the end of the trail. Came out. All right. It's headed towards the elementary school now. They're actually starting to excavate some stuff here, where this eventually will be connecting Century, which is the road coming up here at the stop sign. They'll be connecting it through to the right, towards the east here, to 67th, which they've actually already renamed Century, where it will connect. So that will eventually lead to a roundabout where the roads join. Let's go down here. I'll go left, go through the park, go briefly into Reed's Crossing, and then get home. As you can see, the sun is getting low in the sky. Here's where I wish there was a ramp to get right there into the park. We'll just go down here and circle around. in the shadow. Ramps up the ISO. I think I have the maximum ISO set to 800, so it goes to that. It may be a little dark. Bike on your left. Curious to see if the horizon leveling works when I bank sharply like that, or whether it's as you're watching this, did it snap to 45 degrees, because that's how the horizon leveling works on the GoPro Hero 9. Yet as you tilt it diagonally, it'll actually keep the horizon level, but past about 45 degrees it'll then snap to the actual angle of the camera. You get the special Hero Max lens mod that GoPro sells for this camera. It adds a more fisheye lens. It adds a more fisheye lens, and so you actually can rotate the camera 360 degrees, you know, in the horizontal plane, and it'll keep the horizon level, which is kind of crazy. We can slow down here for cars. There's a new sidewalk down there. I'll check that out later. Big increase in the number of houses. These are brand new. These weren't even framed a week ago. Here. Here's where these houses have been here for about a year and a half, but just this little cluster, and now it's all filling in between. Oh, boy. Congrats. Yeah, you've been on all these streets before. When they were paved last year. Just starting to break ground. I'll show you the new cycle track on 67. So here we're turn back to where we crossed before. The street we crossed before. And then there's this little section. They're going to put this straight eventually when they widen the street. But right now it's a little awkward and I'm going the wrong way. Out to the road super briefly. And then in through here where you can see that'll connect to the final road design that they put through there once they widen it. So it's a temporary little kludge. Alright, so that's this, and then right here just past this street, another couple hundred feet, will be the roundabout again that I was telling you about. That's actually Kinnaman Road on the right. They've already put street lights in, even though there's literally no street. Back alley will be. It's not open anymore. Crimson Lane. Stuff down here. And 3 weeks ago, these weren't here on the right, on these townhomes. They're amazing how quickly they do the initial framing. Alright, so what should we do here? There's a couple different options we can do to show you. I guess we'll take a look at Kinnaman Road first. Alright, so here's the end of Reed Drive. Barriers. Oh, it actually smoothed this out. This is actually the final pavement. Just a week ago, this was just the first level of pavement. So, I may have actually started this last week. So, this is what I was saying about Kinnaman, going towards the west where there'll be the roundabout. That's undeveloped yet, ungraded. This concrete just ends there, but going east, you'll see how far this goes. They've Eventually, when this road's open, you'll have to use a cycle track. There's one on the left there already completed. It's contiguous all the way to Cornelius Pass. Probably only have a week or two to try to come out here on the road bike. I've got the KOM on this concrete road going this way. Going the other way. Lost by a couple seconds to some other guy. Well, I took it from him and he took it back. I guess I'll try to take it back. I mean, once the road's open and somebody really fast comes along. Although it's, you know, right now, the advantage of taking the curve how you want, you can cut off a little bit of space at the same time. You won't have to ride this slightly twistier cycle path. So as we come up here, this will be the intersection of Kinnaman and Cornelius Pass. We'll have a light soon. Eventually we'll go straight all the way into Aloha. Actually, I'll just do a circle around here. So here we go, Cornelius Pass. So this section here, you can kind of tell in the light, it goes down and then curves to the left there. That's going to head towards Butternut Creek in the other part of South Hillsboro. And then here we go, where Kinnaman is going to go off to the side. There. Yeah. Then we're going to go north up Cornelius Pass here. You see, this is a big wide section that's inside a buffer that'll eventually be straight lanes once it goes through to Butternut Creek. But right now, they're making the southbound side here, as you can see. Turn only, right turn only, Kinnaman, but it's 2 lanes going north towards the section that's already open. And let's see over here, I'll try to do a little curve. Here's all the part of South Hillsboro, that's the phase 1C section that I've been mapping out, riding in. All the streets in there are now paved. They're starting to do the paths. What they're actually starting to do is connect some of the paths over here too, and then wow, this landscaping is new. These trees haven't grown here like that. These trees are brand new, planted in the ground from root balls. As you can see, it goes down here, connects to where it's open. Go have 2 lanes going straight and then a left turn lane. And this will have cycle paths on the side, and cycle tracks. Where this dirt is, as I come up to it, you'll see where they've paved where the ramp down right here it will be from the path. And then so there's a dirt path that's going to be part of Reedville Trail. Now let's hop on the sidewalk and avoid these cars. Go around this way. There's a dirt track here, a driveway and track. So I'll take part of that. They've laid grass down on it for the winter, and it's kind of growing. Kind of sprouting now. So this in the summer when I first discovered this was all bare dirt. It was smooth, and I was like, oh wow, they're gonna put a whole trail in, but they've laid this hay down on it, and then now it's cut off. So no, that's not the right turn yet. So this actually goes all the way past those hay bales, almost to the intersection of 209th and Blanton. Blanton's over there on my right with cars on it. On your left. Here we go. So instead of continuing on this, as you can see, there's a little berm. Actually, this is why even from the weekend, it's more hidden. Because there's a track here. Despite the grass growing, it's actually fairly smooth. I mean, it's a little bumpy. There's over rolls. A lot of stuff. Just put it higher here. Let it roll. See how this gets stabilized. That Hyper Smooth boost on, which is a Hyper Smooth 3 boost mode. Yes, this is much more obvious in the summer when it was a dirt track. You can see some of what is graded here. So I don't know for sure whether it's just access while we're doing some of the grading and construction of Cornelius Pass, or whether this is going to be an actual trail. It is, as you can see, I'm getting to be underneath the power lines, which is the part that's going to be Reedville Trail, heading south all the way through South Hillsboro and even eventually crossing Farmington and going as far as Tualatin eventually. And then, of course, to the north, it'll connect to all the other parts of the Reedville Trail and the Rock Creek Trail that have already been built. So you'll be able to get all the way over across the 26. All right. This is the stuff I can't take you on that when we're riding road bikes. You get to see a little bit of the adventuring side. Power over this little hump. All right, so now we're back to Cornelius Pass. We're actually, since this is farther from the road, if this is going to become anything, it'll actually be an offshoot trail of the Reedville Trail. Parallel Cornelius Pass, because right there, right adjacent to the actual pavement above the curb will be the actual concrete cycle path, sorry, sidewalk they built. So this is about another 10 feet, 15 feet in from that. But again, it could just be something they were using for their trucks to move stuff around during landscaping, although it's been here for a couple of years, this track, so it's fairly established. Flat fire hose, and then what this does, yeah, a gravel bike is kind of fun. You can head down here and it continues along Kinnaman, which I wonder if it's going to be a literally not off-road trail, being dirt, but away from the road paved trail, so almost like a parkway trail for bikes and walkers. Because you see, I'm a good 10 to 30, well, 20 to 30 feet from where Kinnaman is. Gonna watch those little mud puddles there. Here's a few of them. Here's where I think that's actually me who sunk into it before. I go around this way, it's a little firmer. There we go. I've still got a kind of semi-slick tire in the back, which makes it alright. It makes it so that I take my way around here. I guess I'll follow my old tire track. This is mine. It's a little soggy. Put my foot down and just push through here. There we go. Out of this rut. Tires picking up mud. Actually, what I think I'll do, this goes down to about where I first got onto Kinnaman. I'll hop over here. Just in the dirt. Down here, clip. This guy. Alright. Now the tire's showing up in the video, but it's got the front one. It does have knobs picked up a bunch of mud. Might be flinging it back at me. Alright, now we're gonna turn around here. They're gonna, this section of dirt land, that's gonna be an elementary school. So it's still coming later this winter or spring. I should start excavating that. We're rolling in here on this path. So here are here's those new roads and that new part of Reed's Crossing. So I'll head down and I'll show you the park first. So I don't know if you can really see them yet on camera, but there's a little mini skate park over here that the kids have already been using for like 3 months, even though it's in the middle of a construction zone. But since I'm riding around in here, I guess I can't really complain that they want to try it out early too. It was just a little cul-de-sac so you could see it, and then here's from the street where they built this trail all the way to that corner. Alright. They're making pretty good progress on this. I'm sure that you've seen this. This is where the oak tree is that was in that field before, and now they've got that one sidewalk there, and then this little curved little trail they've got going here. So, down here. So I will loop around the park. So eventually you'll probably be able to do laps here. It's wider than the sidewalk, right? But it's not quite a full bike, you know, multi-use trail. But see how busy it is, and I finally use it to do it. So there's a gazebo over there and some bathrooms they built. You can see there. I'm going to put bark chips around the oak tree. Here's this. And then what you can already do here on this pavement, as you can see in a second, is across the street. You see and recognize that this is the main trail that you've ridden many times before. So come out this way on it. So that's a new trail connecting there. I'll ride around the gazebo into the shadows here. Telling us cars behind us. And that I guess you've probably experienced it. Never had it miss a car, but I have had it occasionally give me a false positive like that. So I'll come back and do this. Here's another trail off to the right. But it's more of a footpath because there'll be condos or duplexes similar to that are over there on the left, on the right, on the other side of the path that's there. Yeah, that should be wow. Grab the water bottle. Oh, wedding pictures. Indian engagement pictures. Beautiful. Bridge. So they've closed off the very end of this trail in order to connect it. You can see here on the right there's a little retaining wall. So those will be actually steps up to townhomes that'll be right there. Pop down around this. There, wall. So that's only with the end of this, and then of course this is going to work Cornelius Pass again. And see, actually they're going to do a cut here. What they may actually do, you can see there's some vaults there that they've got ready to install. Is that there'll be a really wide trail on this side, on the west side of Cornelius Pass, that'll run up and down it. So it'll be a little nicer than just cycle track next to the pavement. Let's head back over here. Sun is back on. There it goes. Once it's kind of getting dark, I'll just shut the camera off and head back. But it will be kind of nice to show you the trails over here. Excuse me. This one doesn't, but you can see, oh, no, like, you can see where the trail goes through. I'll come around and just do a loop. I have leg warmers and a fairly warm fleece long sleeve jersey on. It's about probably in the low 50s. My left is 55. It's probably about 51, 52 now. Alright, let's take this to the corner. So this will be this little offshoot, a little network of footpaths. And I mean, you can ride them too, technically. Obviously, as I just did back there, their corners are kind of sharp, and so you're not able to ride them as. Oh, I see that. Yeah. So this trail goes back into where the neighborhood is going to be, connects to that street there, which is, I can't remember the name of it. Gingerly and carefully put my foot down, go around that stuff. You can see, so it's kind of up on top of this little retaining wall, which is funny. You can actually see there that the retaining wall is just this thin, but these concrete little slabs that are only about 1.5 inches thick, you know, actual full brick retaining wall. See here, it goes to an area where it splits. There will just be landscaping in the middle there. Connects through. See, we've got trees ready to plant there. Between homes. Pick up the siren from the highway. Well, there's one actually last section I'll try to get. It's just the low light capabilities of the camera. So this will continue. I think it'll kind of come out right by where those steps were, so where the main trail will go into Cornelius Pass. And then actually you can see it'll continue across here. So this is a little alleyway. It runs around. Go through this. So this will be the inside perimeter of this phase. Tractor, there's Cornelius Pass again. There's a trail will cut across here, been staked out. Here where this other excavator is, that's another trail. You plan to go through. So unlike some of the other sections, I mean, okay, there's the main greenway trail, but this neighborhood, this part of this neighborhood, we have a lot more connecting trails through it. Fire engines over there on TV Highway. They're already building some of these in. It's an interesting little spot where just those evergreens are there. It's like maybe 1 or 2 townhomes there. Oh, the wind is really picking up. I'll lean closer to the camera, but this is probably picking up a decent amount of wind noise. Either that or my voice is probably going to be pretty muffled. Alright, looks like I'll have to hop a little berm here. Cut across this soft dirt. Hop the front wheel over that. Alright. So we're almost to where we came in again. The skate park is over there on the other side of the trucks. And I'll go and saw this probably while I was coming through on Kinnaman. This is the one street that connects to Kinnaman from this neighborhood. Otherwise, you're trying to keep Kinnaman kind of like a parkway. Now this side, here I'll ride on the cycle path. You see the view from this. Oh, they've even, I thought they'd just done the lane striping, but they've already done the thermoplastic lane markings. There's a bike lane. It's interesting. It's interesting because on all the other parts of South Hillsboro, I haven't done anything that elaborate. Here's the driveways and school again. It'll be interesting to see here is if you can really see anything in the foreground below the horizon. I can see obviously with my eyes pretty good, but a bright sky and a darker ground, most cameras would have trouble picking that up. They just expose for the sky and everything below the horizon. The ground would be really dark. Alright, so here we are back to Reed Drive. Take this all the way to There's actually one more. Oh, here, I'll just do here. One more slightly interesting thing we can do before I jump back onto Reed. I think this is temporary, but it's fairly new. This is like a little track through what's going to be the school yard area. The other thing is, because it comes in from the street and it makes this pretty sharp turn to the left, and then up here again a sharp turn to the right around the perimeter, is this possibly is like a route, like a walking bike route for kids getting to school, and it also connects back to the park there with the oak tree. Right by the kids and skate park down to the wheel red. Those are always a little dangerous. The truck is sunk into the mud and catch the wheel. It's slightly looking wet. It's kind of firmed up a bit. Frost warning tonight. Just to look at that little corner, going back to Reed Ave here. Maximum it's locked at right now is too low. I'll set it to 3200 just to let it find an exposure it's comfortable with. One thing with the Hero 9 I've noticed from a lot of people's sample video, a lot of the camera stuff, is it overexposes a bit, so the sensor's a bit sensitive anyway, to the point where I'll actually manually set the setting to underexpose by half a stop for when it's really bright, like midday rides. Otherwise it tends to overexpose the highlights. Like I don't like the skies are too bright. It washes out the clouds a bit. And what's our gap? Oh, that's tough. Go this way. And here's our Garmin. No one's coming from behind us. Yeah, no one's coming that way. No, so this is, apparently you have seen this. This has been done for about 6 months or so. A little longer. This is this little connector of Reed Drive between it and Cornelius Pass. Go up here and make a turn. Back stop the camera and restart it. High rise. There's car that has been there for here's some Sunday. Somebody's living there. Potty. That's weird. I wonder if it's construction work. Then I just caught him there twice using the porta potty. So here, as you can see, the island on Cornelius Pass is in place. So on this side, you'll only be able to get onto Reed, turning right from southbound Cornelius Pass, and from Reed, you'll only here be able to turn right going southbound. All right, good place to stop. Take my glove off. Sure. Okay, we're running again. I think it does actually look brighter. So we've set the maximum ISO to 3200. So what you do is you set a range. So I have the minimum set to 100. So if it's really bright, it'll drop the ISO and get really good quality. But then we'll jump up. Sky is brighter. So what they've done off here in Reed is this is actually the start of a commercial development. So On this side, it's going to be, I guess, like a Whole Foods or a New Seasons type grocery store and other boutique shops and restaurants and stuff. So it'll be nice to live over here. You go to the walk rate and stuff. I'm sure that Fred Meyer across the street on TV Highway is not super happy. But yeah, so you can see this is called Circuit Drive. This road here. I'm kind of expecting, oh, there goes the ambulance. That'll show up. I have expected this to be paved already. These gutters and curbs have been here for about a week. And this is the final layer of gravel before they put the first layer of asphalt down and finish it up. So this comes through. It'll actually connect up to the pathway over there by those apartments, the Zera Apartments. Turn here, this is a little loose, so I have to turn slowly. Get ready for the front wheel to go out. And this is just graded land where they're going to build. There's TV Highway. Right over there. Turn around. And this way. Let's see, I wonder if that gets there. There's a nice crescent moon. Get a little high in the sky for this view to pick it up. This goes down and connects back to Blanton again. So there, yeah, so I'll be a little commercial and I think mixed use. I think some of the things over here are going to be like a 2 or 3 story building with apartments above ground level, shops, boutiques, and restaurants and stuff. Hopefully by in 2021 when they build them, then I'll be able to experience you can see these apartments, how they've all built all this. I'll pop in here for a second. So there's a little cycle track here. They built these apartments. So it's interesting what they've done with these apartments is as they finish the buildings, they open up the gate. So they close off the sections they're working on. So over time, originally this was just here, like this first building on the right was the first one that you could kind of go this little loop in this parking lot. Now they've opened up this trail. Kind of see here. We'll go up here, loop around to the left, come back across this part of the trail here. So there's, yeah, that's roads right across the street. So I don't know if they're going to put any like a pedestrian crossing here, which would be really nice, but then this goes across, and then just there beyond the end of it, there will be a parallel trail to TV Highway, well, to the train tracks. So we'll do that in just a second to finish up. But I'll go here to the left. Fence. There's people moving in these buildings already. So you can see here, you go to the left. By the way, this narrative style is kind of nice. Then I'll do a little more of this videos. Maybe get a nicer mic, get a wireless mic that I can put on my collar, one of those little fuzzy ones, so if there is wind noise. Oh, they so cool there, the old community center. Alright, so we'll cross back over where we were before. Lights coming on now. See how those come out. Make sure the car's coming, move left, move right. And then just beyond the snow fencing there, there's where we were before in the dirt, where the intersection was. That'll connect to the parallel trail. So we'll go loop around one more time, and then we'll be on the left of that snow fence. And then it should be almost kind of dark. I'll wrap it up. Maybe I'll do another hyperlapse or Timewarp on the way home. Sunset. Garmin screens turn black with white letters. Reverse. Well, I should have maybe done the trail in reverse. Then I wouldn't have had to do another loop here. Yeah, just finishing up the landscaping in these apartments. I'm working on it. We'll make a right here. This is the section of 67th or 219th as it used to be called before it got numbered into the Hillsboro street numbering grid. Through that motorhome was parked, you can see that barrier. There used to be a traffic light there. You used to be able to cross the train tracks and go straight there to the Fred Meyer. They turned this into a cul-de-sac. When they opened the main crossing at Cornelius Pass, the railroad told them they could only have one crossing in the whole neighborhood. So out from Cornelius Pass and not this one that they closed. So anyway, so this will, now I'm on the trail. See where I hopped off cul-de-sac onto this dirt trail. This will be paved and really wide, nice. And you hear the traffic noise from TV Highway, so that'll be there. But this will go through Cornelius Pass, and then there'll be there's a crossing there, and then there'll be the whole other section on the other side going to 209th. So stay tuned. When I can ride during the day, on the weekend, I will film that. That'll be a bit more interesting too. We'll go down to Butternut Creek, show you where they're starting to get ready to build the bridge across Butternut Creek there. Connect Cornelius Pass, and then the whole section of Cornelius Pass. This is a gravel road for construction over there right now, and I'll show you where all the woods got cut down over there at Butternut Creek. So you probably can't pick it up, but it's mostly eroded, but there's green paint here. Then straight ahead of us there's these green posts, so the actual trail will continue parallel to the fence like I'm going, but right now it doesn't go through yet. So I'll cross over this little section of gravel. This section here to the left, I don't know what they're going to do with. It's kind of going to be in the shopping center area, so it may be another trail or service road that goes behind the stuff that they built here, but you can see it ends down there where the snow fencing ends, and then they put these manhole covers in. Gordon Creek, a little tributary creek, used to actually flow right here. And there's this little wetland you can see ahead of us coming. They've culverted it completely underneath the ground over there where they're going to build a commercial center. But what you are going to be able to do, from where I came over that little snow fencing there, is stay here against the apartments. And this is a gravel trail I've been riding for like a couple of years now. This has been here for a while. I'll cut through. Way before the apartments are over here. There's where the trail will connect. It comes through the apartments. Alright, when we get up here, I'll ride through the other section. Crossing. And then I think what I'll do, I'll put it on time lapse, see how it works well. It's getting dark, and I'll show you 67th Avenue that's been really widened, and it has bike lanes now. And it looks like when I came here, they were doing construction on connecting the trail. So you'll remember where we used to go onto the trail through Reed's Crossing over there. They dug that all up to build the road, so you can't actually do that, but looks like they're finishing that off. But the road is nice, so we'll wrap this up. The rest of it will be silent because Timewarp does not let you just record sound. So I'll catch y'all later. Enjoy the ride home. Bye. Oh, look at this guy. We'll get this guy. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Oh, he's in the road. He's not even using the cycle path. All right. Bye, Mara.